This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.
This is Adrian Hall, and you're watching Sport City with Simon Preston.
Hello everybody, I'm Simon Preston and welcome back to Sport City. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to sporting matters. This is your hub for sporting content. So let's talk now some football and specifically the Africa Cup of Nations. And this takes center stage quite soon. In fact, in a week from now, we will have the Africa Cup of Nations. The tournament, the defending champions are Senegal. And it's quite head-scratching to think that that was their first title quite recently. Yep, they won their first title quite recently in Senegal, and that was in 2021 in Cameroon. So that you're all aware, they defeated Egypt in the final 4-2 on penalties. And the most successful team in the Africa Cup of Nations is actually Egypt. Egypt have won it 7 times, their last title coming in 2010. We know that they won it on a trot, 2006, 2008, won, Tunisia won, Sudan won, Senegal won, Ethiopia won, Morocco won, South Africa won, and Congo won. So those are the teams that have actually gone on to win the Africa Cup of Nations. The tournament has grown since its inception in 1957, when it started with 3-4 teams within the tournament, 3 teams in 1959, 4 teams in 1962, grew to 6 teams in 1963, to today, where the tournament is a competition that has 24 teams. Yes, it grew in 2019 from 16 to 24 teams, and now it is a tournament with 24 teams. For me, I think the future awaits where it could be a 32-team tournament. I genuinely believe that it could be a 32-team tournament within the future. But let's see how things progress. The tournament will be hosted in the Ivory Coast. In 2025, the tournament will be hosted in Morocco. And in 2027, it will be hosted in 3 countries: Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. That's June, July of 2027, being hosted in 3 countries. So that should be a compelling tournament as we look forward to that event in particular. It'll be Tanzania's 4th appearance ever within the competition, Morocco hosting 2025, and of course, World Cup in 2030. And the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations in the Ivory Coast, January 13 to February 11. Yep, quite an exciting time frame that lies ahead for African football and these matches in particular. I want to show you guys something quite compelling in 2021. There was a team that made their debut in the 2021 edition of the tournament, right? And it is Comoros. Comoros made their debut in the tournament. So they were the only debutant team in 2021 edition of the tournament. Comoros, they won a game. Yeah, Comoros, they defeated Ghana to be able to advance to the round of 16 of the competition. So Comoros, on debut in the Africa Cup of Nations, took on Cameroon. What a game it was. And Comoros, they advanced to the round of 16 of the competition. That's right, Comoros advanced. And remember, within the Africa Cup of Nations, all of the players that they called up were There's no domestic-based player within their squad. Something really, really compelling. But let's go into the 2023 tournament, shall we? The 2024 tournament, and look at the groups, and then we'll have a slight breakdown of things as well as we look into these tournaments so that everybody is aware. The tournament being hosted in the Ivory Coast, and here we go. So, Group A, the Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau. So it'll be a battle of the Guineas. The Guinea Derby takes place on January 18 in Abidjan. But the opening game, it's Ivory Coast against Guinea-Bissau. Ivory Coast against Nigeria is going to be quite a match to look out for within this tournament in particular. I expect a lot of fireworks in that match in particular. Quite two strong teams. As it relates to the Ivory Coast, they'll be looking for the likes of Oye, Willy Bolly, Jeremy Boga to really provide some impetus towards how they play as well. Nicolas Pepe as well is somebody to keep a very, very close eye upon as well. It'll be interesting to see Maxwell Cornet, but we'll still see. But basically, if you look at the squad that has been selected, it's a quality unit. Willy Bolly, Aurier, Simon Adingra at Brighton and Hove Albion. So there's quality. Loads and loads of quality within this Ivory Coast team. And now you look at the Nigerian team that has been called up for the tournament as well. Great names: Semi Ayaja, Ola Inya, Alex Iwobi, who is now, as everybody's aware, is at Fulham, Joe Aribo. Yeah, so some quality names here in the mix. Kalichi Iheanacho. I think Kalichi Iheanacho could be one of the breakout players within the tournament as well. Of course, Victor Osimhen is going to be an integral component towards the team, as well as Moses Simon from Nantes. But Kalichi Iheanacho, for me, is the one where everything could spark. So Ivory Coast and Nigeria, for me, they look like those top two. Group B, Egypt and Ghana. That's how I have it in terms of how Group B looks within the tournament itself, so that everybody can be able to get to know them a little bit better. If you look at the Ghana squad, they had some friendlies quite recently against Mexico and the United States. They lost to Mexico 2-0, and they lost to the United States 4-0. So heading into the Africa Cup of Nations, they're going to face Namibia in a friendly match on Monday. But their last match, they lost to Comoros 1-0. That was a World Cup qualifier quite recently. But if you look at their squad, Tariq Lamptey, I think he made a good decision choosing for Ghana. It was always going to be tough for him. Thomas Partey, Jordan Ayew. So those are some components there. And then when you look at the Egypt team, they only lost one match in 2023, and that was a 3-1 loss to Tunisia, which was a friendly international back in September in Cairo. Now looking at the squad for the tournament itself, the likes of Mo Salah, El Nene, Omar Mashouf are integral components towards this team, and I expect them to have the major say in how far Egypt will go in the tournament, the Pharaohs. So I have Egypt and Ghana. Group C, Senegal, Cameroon, Guinea, Gambia. Potentially the group of death in the tournament, because Guinea, on their day, at their best, can beat any team within Africa. They have that certain ability to be able to do that. Senegal, Cameroon, keen battle, and it has been a battle for a long time, even if we're going back to 2002 Africa Cup of Nations, to the likes of El Hadj Diouf and the others, Salif Diao and Papa Bobo Diop, Tony Silva, Kalidou Fadiga, Habib Bey. Long Tunisia, Mali, South Africa, and Namibia. Tunisia and Mali for me. But let's see what the South Africans will be able to pull up their sleeves as well to be able to clinch a third spot. Morocco, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Zambia, and Tanzania. I'm going to go with Morocco, and I'm going to go with Zambia. But Congo, I expect to be able to get through at least as one of the best third place teams from the tournament itself. So that's how I feel the tournament will go. In terms of predicting a winner now, difficult one to select in terms of a winner for the tournament. But the defending champions will be coming with pumping out their chest. Ivory Coast as a host nation, Nigeria, difficult one. But I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, folks. And don't forget to subscribe to Sports City for more content.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.
This is Adrian Hall, and you're watching Sports City with Simon Preston.
Ready. Hi, my name is Ronaldo Wade. You're watching Sports City.
Hi, I'm Marvin Thompson, and you're watching Sports City.